Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Noise, and welcome back to Agrarian Skies 2. In the last episode, we were working with Thaumcraft, trying to get some Digisentia stuff taken care of, and all that fun stuff, and we're still working on that. I thought I'd try to get some, try to get some more loot from this guy. See if we can't get the thing that I'm looking for, which is the Division Sigil. If we can get that, then we're gonna step aside from Thaumcraft for a moment to deal with that. But gunpowder, something we might try that still later today in this episode. But the main goal of today is going to be we're going to be trying to get access to the infusion provider. So I took a look to see. Oh, hey, we got the gem's head. Alright, we're not really getting anything good from that, so I'm going to turn that off for now. We might kill the wither with just our sword and see if that helps, if that works. But we'll do that later. So, which, actually, how many... I'm still looking at crafted. So, yeah, we were working last time, trying to get all of this stuff in here. So we got the Essentia providers, some storage cells, import exports, and a terminal. We can go ahead and put the terminal down. Actually, we'll wait on that just because I don't have room with this research table where it's at. So yeah, I'm gonna have to kind of rearrange some things around here, but nothing much. I've cleaned out this guy, and yeah, so the biggest thing is we need to get this infusion provider, but we don't know how to craft it yet. And that is kind of a problem. So what do we do? Well, I took a look at, I didn't actually look up any like super cheaty things. I didn't look up like what research we need, but I did look up the recipe, and the recipe included some magic mirrors. So that is what we're gonna go ahead and get, and I bet this Essentia mirror is exactly what we wanted, and that should have probably unlocked it. Yep. So we need some permutatio. I did go ahead and go through all of this stuff and research, like scan every single thing we could. So I have a decent amount of most items, most things. I mean, I have 122 ordo, so that should tell you something. So there we go, the infusion provider. Now in order to make that, we're gonna need both of the cores. So do we have any more of those? I don't think we do. We have these we can go ahead and use. So and then we're just gonna need, let's see, entropy shard and an ordo shard, and then quicksilver. So there's the first step. We need these guys. So formation core, get that guy in there, and we'll make the coalescence core and the diffusion core. So with those taken care of, we are also going to need, let's go ahead and get the rest of the stuff ready for this stuff over here. We're going to need a little bit more ordo, which means more lead. Let's do 16 lead. And we're also going to need machina, which I think we were using redstone. Yes, redstone is by far the best for that. We need a stack of that. Can we get some more glass and some clay so that we can make more of these guys? And yeah, I'm probably gonna get rid of the metallum, but everything else we'll keep. So once we get to there, we'll worry about it. But we're also gonna need, let's see, 2 air shards. 1, 2. We're also gonna need the ordo. We're gonna need like 2 of these turned into balance shards. So that was, what all did we use? Gunpowder, I believe. And we need sugarcane. No, I didn't use sugarcane. What was it I used? For the Salus Mundus, we need balance shards, which, just trying to think. For the air, we used feathers and clay. There we go. So I think we need 4 clay. Yep, and then feathers. We need 4 of these as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then a bucket. Bucket for water so that we can do that. Alright, with that taken care of, let's clean that one out. We'll worry about the rest in a moment. Is this boiling? It is, so we throw this stuff in there. Get our balance shards, and then we'll clean it up. A lot of the things we've done before, we've done, to be honest, last episode was like earlier today for me, so it's not that hard for me to kind of figure out what I need to do. So we just need to cook these up, and then the last things we'll need is we'll need an ME interface, which we can go ahead and tell the system to make. Go ahead and make one of these. And then, how are we doing on power, by the way? We almost ran out of power last time because of some oversights. I kind of left this running. Okay, cool. We're full on power again. So, no concern. Now I do wonder, how are we doing on silver? Could we make more solar panels? Because that is a quest that we will eventually need to take care of. Let's see, silver. We have like next to none. So that'll be something we'll have to fix later. But do we have our ME interface? We do. Cool. So there's that and our Salus Mundus. So that is literally everything except for the Essentia mirrors, which we need mirrored glass, which is quicksilver and glass pane. So we'll need an actual piece of quicksilver. And I don't think I've scanned this, so let's throw that on the ground. And there's the scan. So glass panes, we'll need 2 of these. And there is the mirrored glass, which we'll go ahead and throw one of those down. Get some research out of that. And then to get them to be the Essentia mirrors, we need that with ender pearl and some iron. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 2 ender pearls. Alright, and then we'll need some more stuff. So let's get rid of that. There's the Ordo. So let's focus on the other guy for a moment. So the Essentia mirrors, let's go ahead and just see 8 Permutatio, 8 Eider, and 8 water each. So do I have 8 Permutatio. I'm gonna need more. Do we have any aqua? No. Alright, so let's just go ahead and get the Essentia mirror. Not Miro, that's that's something else. That is an Overwatch player. Let's see. Ender Pearls would be fine. I think Ender Pearls are going to be the best thing for that. So, Ender Pearls, 8 should be enough. Because how much does it need? It needs 8 each. And these guys have 4 each, so every 2. That would be more than enough, so we'll get those in there. Let's get rid of all of the metal. A lot of Potentia, and we'll put the Potentia up there. So the Machina is a little bit more necessary. So we'll get this stuff started. We'll get rid of the Metallum because I don't want that. And the redstone will take a moment to get rid of, but oh great, it's raining. So what else do we need for this? We need Permutatio and Aqua. Well, is there anything halfway decent for Permutatio? Honestly, copper. But specifically this one. So how much Permutatio do we need? We need 16 in total. So we'll get that going. And lightning. Thunderstorm. Perfect. We'll deal with that in a moment. Alright, so there is a bunch of potentia. Very soon, we will be able to deal with all of this. So, is there anything we can take out that we don't need? I guess we'll just wait. So, can I go sleep and get rid of the storm? That'd be nice. But relatively soon, infusions are going to be so much easier to take care of, so much easier to do, and everything will be so much nicer. Cool. And then we'll start working on doing a lot more Thaumcraft. But this episode, after we do that, we're going to try to get access to a couple other things. Specifically the Division Sigil, so that we can get an Angel Ring. That is something I'd really like to have. So let's see, this is done. We have all of the Machina. And there's all of that. So we're getting the Eider now. And that's also going to give us some other things, which is fine. So in order for this, we need Permutatio, Eider, and Aqua. Aqua is the only thing left that we need to really care about. And I think the best way to get that's going to be... Sugarcane isn't bad, but it gives a lot of other things. So for right now, let's just use clay. And we can honestly get just blocks of clay, because these are on autocraft. And that'll give us a little bit more. So, 1, 2, 3. We're going to need the Eider. And... Alright, let's pick up this guy, and we'll put Eider here. We're going to also need some other stuff. We're going to need some Aqua in one of these guys. So we might want to make another warded jar. That was a slab with some glass. I think it was just normal glass. It might have been glass panes. We'll see here in a second. It was glass panes. So this is pretty easy to do. And we'll just get one more for the Aqua. And we'll be good to go. So let's put that right here. Let's get this set up. So we need the mirror glass in the center. And then 1, 2, 3. And an ender pearl. And that'll be pretty stable. Do we have any more zombie heads? No. Alright, so we'll have to wait on that. So let's see. Do we have... There's the Alienus and the Eider. We'll get the Eider placed down. And then there is the water coming through. There's the magic. And yeah, very soon we'll be able to kind of deal with a lot of things over here with getting more of the Essentia kind of stored in a applied energistics system, which is going to be so much nicer. So while we're waiting, let's grab some glass cables. And basically right here is going to be where the infusion stone is. So or not stone, but the infusion thing is. So we'll grab the stone bricks, do something like this, and we'll need to get it over to this area. So we're probably going to need more of these cables. Actually, we could probably go this way and be easier. And yeah, eventually we can have the Essentia provider for the I believe we can use that with like the alchemy. We can automate the crucible as well, but that's going to be a little ways off. So glass cables, let's go ahead and tell it to make 40. Perfect. Alright, so what do we have? Earth, water. So there is a jar of earth already, and then water. And we don't need that much water, do we? Nope. Okay. And then permutatio, we can get the rest of that stuff. Potentia, so much of it. And I believe, how much do we need of, we just need 8 of each, so we can go ahead and get started with this. I want to place this guy back for just a moment. And we need our wand. So let's grab our wand. And we'll smack this guy. And just stand back and it should do its thing. We'll get the Ascension Mirror and then we'll do it again. Get the other Ascension Mirror, and then we should be able to get the Infusion Provider, and then the fun part comes. So we could already set up a little bit of automation. In fact, that might not be a bad idea, but I want to wait until we get the Infusion Provider as well, because that's gigantic. So there is the first mirror. So same thing. We do that, and that, and that. We put the mirror here. We have, let's see, we have the water, we have the Eider. We just need a little bit, I'd like to have a little bit extra permutatio, so let's grab that out of here. And we're good to go. So, we'll still need to get the rest of the aspects, but we'll just smack that. It'll do its thing. We'll get the Ascension Mirrors, and then we can work on getting the Infusion Provider and never have to worry about this stuff again. So the main reason I've been waiting to kind of digitize our Essentia is just because I want to get a little bit more in terms of space over here. So we have those. Alright, so it's going to be, the ME interface is on the center. And then coalescence. Oh, it's 2 coalescence cores. Ooh. I'm glad I noticed that. They are the same. So I don't need the diffusion core. We need another coalescence, which is another Ordo shard. Quicksilver times 3. And then a formation core. Luckily we have all of the stuff, so it's not that big of a deal, but that could have been bad. Actually, I don't think it would have worked, so it's not that big of a deal, but definitely is something you want to keep an eye on. So I'll put that here, Salus Mundus, air shards, and then the Ascension Mirrors. So that is everything. We need 64 Machina, which we have. We need 32 Ordo, 16 Permutatio, so we're going to need a little bit more Permutatio, and then some Magic. So we'll fill that back up with Magic. How much Magic do we need? 32. So we need a little bit more Magic and a little bit more Precantatio, Ordo. No, Permutatio. There we go. So we need more copper. Let's just get 16. Get that cooking. And then magic. What's one of the best things from magic that's going to be nice and easy? Nether wart isn't bad. Blaze rods are pretty good as well. Nether stars, yeah. I'm gonna use nether stars. That would be kind of cool, but we're not quite there yet. I think the best is probably gonna be blaze rods if we have a decent number, which we do. We don't need that many, so let's get that going, and we'll get that taken care of, and the Permutatio. So it's 16 of that, 32, 64, and then 32. So this one's going to be a little bit more unstable, but not by much. And it's mostly just because of all of the stuff we are going to need. So there we go. We can empty out that, and there's more stuff coming. So there we go. But anyways, we should be ready to go ahead and smack this guy and hope for the best. So can I get somewhere where I can see everything? Right here. Alright, so once this works, we can start setting up the Digisentia, and after that, then we just have to make sure that there's enough Essentia in our system so that the infusion provider can provide all the stuff that it needs to. So things are going to be a lot easier after this, but it'll take a little bit more time to get there. I want to get at least one more import bus, which I believe is going to require another coalescence core, I believe. And what are we on right now? Alright, we just got a little bit more Ordo and a little bit of the Permutatio. So things are going pretty well. But I'm going to want another import bus for getting... we're going to want to get the furnace, the alchemical, all the alembics hooked up. And it is getting night. So this is getting almost done. Come on, just take that. And then one more, just take it. Awesome. So there is the infusion provider. And this is an amazing item, and that should be a quest. So, Mob Hunter, yeah, we've killed so many things. Just take all that because it's free stuff. But we should have down the applied engineering. Yes, Essentia storage. So we're going to get this, and that is really tempting, but I'd rather have the reward bag. And then there's one more thing, that is the arcane crafting, and that's going to give us a 4K. So we'll look at that here soon. Let's go ahead and break this guy. I did it again. And there we go. We have that hooked up. We can go ahead and scan it. It's pretty good for scanning. And then we just need to get some more stuff over there. We just need more cables. So we have 40 cables, plenty to deal with, and we'll get this area set up how I want it to be. So just need to do one of these and hook that up. Cool. So that was nice and easy. Now we're going to want a couple more things. Now, relatively soon, we are going to want an arcane crafting terminal. That is yet another thing that we're going to want because it's going to make my life a lot easier. So before we do anything else, let's take this arcane workbench and, we're going to move the research table. That can actually go over here because we don't need to use it all that much. And what we can do is we can put this here and this here, and then I'm actually going to break this guy. I don't have it. Oh no, I have to go get it. I want the other ME drive. So we're going to have an ME drive dedicated solely to Thaumcraft, which isn't that big of a deal. So we'll get this hooked up and just put it right here. Everything should hook up, no problem. Device online. We can put this stuff away. And now the fun part. We get to start getting all of our stuff back into our system. So first of all, let's grab our ME 1K. And we're going to put some stuff in there. So we also have an Essentia terminal so we can see what all we have. So we have a bunch of Infernus. And now we have 128 Infernus in there. And this guy is a little bit full. Now we can take all of our Potentia and put it in there as well. and anything else. So, but we can only have, at this point, 12 different essence types. So eventually we're going to need to fill this up with a bunch of different Essentia storage. Now in order to do that, we're going to need to get a lot of the coalescence cores and all that kind of stuff. But before we do, let's go ahead and open the greater reward bag, and we got a node in a jar. Awesome. I'm going to... Have we scanned that? No. Cool. I'm going to keep that for right now, because that'll go over there probably eventually. But we need to look at the next quest, which is getting the arcane crafting terminal. So this guy is pretty easy. We just need another crafting terminal, an arcane workbench, and a calculation processor. So let's tell it to make a calculation processor first of all. And then we're going to need a crafting terminal. So let's see. Do we have this stuff? Alright, we need another core, formation core. And then we're going to need another logic processor. So once this stuff gets done crafting, we'll be able to get it. And then, I guess it's just an ME terminal. So that'll take a second, but we'll get there. And once we have that, there we go. We can go ahead and get another one of these guys. It's crafting that, and it's crafting that. So that'll work. So something else we're going to want to hook up. We're going to want an import bus on the back of this guy. And you know what? I think what we're going to do is we're going to move this. So let's grab our glass files. And you know what? Let's just empty these guys out. I don't really care. We're going to move him, I think, right here. So let's go ahead and get these guys out. And we'll deconstruct this guy. It ate my chest. Oh well. So we'll put that back over here with the hopper. And you know what? We'll just do a... I want to do a chest, so I don't just throw things in there. That should not be an issue. Cool. So can we make this yet? So there's that. We're going to need another arcane work table, so we need another table. Oh, so I have to look that up because I don't remember how to make that. Table from Thaumcraft is right here. It's just like that. So we'll put it down, smack it with a wand, and then it's this with this and the calculation processor. And there we go. That was easy enough. Let's throw that on the ground so we can scan it. Awesome. So I have this guy just in case, but Arcane Crafting Terminal allows us to do the same thing. It also allows us to switch armor. So we can put our good armor in there for anything material energy, not material energy, wow, wrong series. Anything Thaumcraft into the Applied Energistics system, and then we can switch armor whenever we want, and that way we can reduce kind of how much it costs to do things. So that is that. Let's go ahead and put this chest here. And we need to get rid of some stuff. So next, that can go away, that can go away, that can go away. Next, let's go ahead and move this guy to like right here and pick up all of this. And what we're going to do is we're going to set it right here with the Olympics. And you know what? We could probably just go ahead and put import bus there, and hook it onto the side, like so. And then we'll do our hopper and chest like so. I want to move that torch just because it's in the way. So that's a little bit better. And then as we get more import buses, which we can start working on, that should not be a problem. So import bus. We need 2 more of these guys, so 2 more diffusion cores. So we have 1, and that is the annihilation cores. We're going to need warded jars, which conveniently, can I? Haha, I can. So we can pick up all of these guys and just kind of put them in here. And let's see, what do we have? Tuttaman, Potentia. So I don't want to fill this guy up yet, but we can start getting some of these guys taken care of. And one of these days we will make sure that everything holds plenty of everything. So Ignis, Metallum we have in there, and that's good for right now. We'll put the rest of the stuff in here for the time being, and we need to make 2 more imports. So cores, these only take 1? Yes. Alright, so we need, let's see, entropy shard, silver, quicksilver, 1, 2, 3. We're going to need filters and essentia tubes, and what else? 2 iron. That's it. So pretty easy. 2 iron each, rather. And now we can do this all digitally. So we put this guy here, we'll switch our armor, and everything will be nice. And so if we switch the armor, you can see it goes from 2 to 1.8. So there's the diffusion core. And everything that's in our system can actually be used for this as well. So we don't even have to worry about cycling things through if we don't want to. And we can, shift click maybe. Warded jars. So there's 1 and 2. So now we can hook these guys up, and there we go. So now our Arcane Olympic is hooked up to our Applied Energistics system. It will draw in any essentia and fill it up. So the next thing we should probably work on is getting more essentia storage. Now 4Ks, these are going to require a lot of ethereal essences. That is the bad part. And unfortunately, there's not a good way to get those. So let's get 2 logic processors, I think, will be good. And can we do this in here? So we're going to need Certus. We're going to need some sort of wispy essence, or ethereal essence rather, and those logic processors, which I can't see because, oh, this doesn't have all this, the craftable. So if we look at the craftable, there's nothing because it's an arcane. So we need to go here to get the logic processors, which there they are. So there's 1 and 2. And then we can make more housings. We can go ahead and get a couple more 1Ks. 1, and we need more thaumium. So I believe that's just iron. With a little bit of magic, yep. So what is the best way to get magic? I think the best way is just going to be to use blaze rods, because yeah, that's probably going to be the easiest way. So we get some blaze rods. Let's see, 8, so we can get 4 iron. 2, 3, 4. I need a bucket, and this will work out pretty nicely. So once this is done, once this is boiling, we'll be able to get the next step. So we'll be able to get a little bit more essentia so that we can start working on getting even more. Now I should probably go grab my wands, and I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the applied energistic system. And honestly, like, I have the I use the infernal rod pretty much always. But so I might carry around the reed rod just to use until I can make a crafting scepter. So there is the other one, and we can make housings. That's fine, but we don't need to right now. So now I can start putting all this stuff in here, and we can break this guy, pick him up, because we don't need him anymore, and our system here is going to be a lot simpler. So there we go. We have a bunch of stuff in there now, and this guy is full. We have room for what, 16 more aspects, but anytime we want to infuse something now, it should not be a problem. So let's take a look at the last thing, which is the arcane assembler. Now, can we make that first of all? I don't have the research, but now I do. And there we go. So the arcane assembler, ooh, that's a little bit harder to make. So we will, we'll get back to that later. So that will be tricky. But we'll get there. We'll worry about that later. Because we need to make the Thaumic boss scepter, which crafting scepters we do have access to, but those are a little bit of a pain to make. So we'll get to that later. Now, do we have any wither skulls? No. So let's sort our inventory out a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and kill a wither and try to get the item I'd rather have, which is, do we have any more? Nope. Okay. Does this level up? Yes, it does. It's almost leveled up. So we're going to head down. Let's go switch our armor. And what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and try to fight the wither again. The reason being is I want to try really, really hard. Let's see, you still in there? Yep. Okay. Turn on. We're going to fight the wither, but this time, instead of, like, doing anything crazy, I might get some stone bricks and make a... Actually, we could probably just make a stone wall there. Go ahead and summon, guys. I'm going to fly up here for a moment, and we're going to get some... Not in there. Some cobblestone walls. So I want to get the Division Sigil, and I know we spent a little bit of time doing the whole getting, oh, what's it called? I know we spent some time getting the, oh, I turned that off. We spent some time getting the Lunium. That is just not working out for us, so let's try something else. So we need 3 skulls, like always. I'm going to let that just kind of do its thing for right now. It'll summon a couple, and we'll go down there in a moment. So once we can get that guy, I'm going to want some soul sand. And 1, 2, 3, 4. We're also going to want an enchantment table, which we should be able to keep. And I should have one right over here. Cool. And Then everything else that we're going to need for this, not too difficult. We already have... Aren't you going to summon more guys? That would have been nice. So we have one. We have our first one. Let's put our wand here. There's a second head. And we just need one more. So it shouldn't take that long. We're going to need an enchantment table. We're going to need a little bit of redstone. We're going to need some dirt. And we're going to need it to be night. So if we hurry, this will all work out pretty nicely. So as soon as you want to summon some more guys, that would be really appreciated. Alright. And this guy does 11.5 hearts, but has a bonus to undead. So we'll take a strength potion and we'll get a little bit prepared. But more or less, we should be able to take down the wither. Not too much problem. Let's fly up here. Let's grab the rest of the stuff we're going to need. We're going to need a bit of dirt. So let's take about a half a stack, or let's take about that much dirt. We're also going to need some redstone. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to need a safari net that's empty. Because we need to kill something. We need a sacrifice. And the sooner we can get this taken care of, the better off we'll be. I do also need to figure out where I'm going to do it at. That is a little bit of a concern, but not much of one. You know, let's keep this guy down here. We're just going to take a sheep, because why not? And where do we want to do this ritual? I think right over here. I think an angel block might be in order. So we should have that. We don't have an angel block. Alright, let's make one real quick. It should not be difficult. Not angel. So there we go. That is really cool. This is a really super useful item. And we're going to just go right over here. We're going to place it down, and we'll get this set up real quick. So let's get, by the way, when you break the angel block, it immediately goes back into your inventory. It is intended to be used specifically for things like that, where you place some blocks in the middle of the air, and then you make stuff. So let's get some strength potions. Do I have a jeweled apple? I do. We'll grab one of these guys. We have our diamond armor, and alright, I think that's all we really need for right now. So let's go ahead and summon the wither so that we can get this going. And this is all warded still, so we'll just summon him like so. But instead of killing him with our crossbow, we're just going to kill him with a sword. So he's kind of stuck. And did that give us... Okay, there we go. We have the Division Sigil now. So that is what I wanted. We also got all the other stuff, but the Division Sigil is the important thing. And this is where things are going to get a little hairy. So we can put this stuff away. Put this stuff away. I don't need it. And let's grab a wand so we can start building a little bit more. And we're going to build out a little bit of a platform. We don't have too much time to do this. But we're going to activate the Division Sigil. Now, is this a quest at all? I don't actually know. one quest. It's wanting us to do that quest. We'll do that later. But let's get a little bit more dirt. I think I'm going to need just a slightly bit more. We're also going to put under here a little platform for us to stand on. And hopefully we can get this done tonight. So the Division Sigil, in order to activate it, to be able to use it, you need to do a little bit of a ritual. It's not very difficult, but it is dangerous. So let's get a little bit more dirt. Uh-oh, it's time. We don't have much time, so if we miss it tonight, then we'll have to do it next time. Alright, so make it dark. We need that guy there. Shift click. Time is right. Does not have the redstone circle. And then we need to make a sacrifice. And there we go. Activated Division Sigil. Perfect. So now what we're going to do is... Does this have... I think it does. So we're going to go ahead and light this up a little bit as I take a couple pieces. Alright, so what did that say? I want this, and we're just gonna grab as much cursed earth as we can. And yeah, so that is pretty much it. As much of this stuff as we can get is all that matters to me right now. Watch our jetpack fuel. So this is going to give us a couple of things. This is going to allow us to not only make unstable ingots, which we're going to make the stable version. It'll cost more diamonds if we have them, but it shouldn't be that bad to do. We got half a stack of cursed earth as well. That is awesome. So let's go ahead and clear out the rest of this. So the Division Sigil we can now use to get unstable ingots, which are super duper powerful. They will allow us to get the Angel Ring, which I think we're going to go ahead and immediately make if we can. However, there's two versions. Unstable ingots are really nasty because they like to explode whenever you try to use them. They like to explode. If you when you craft them, you have to craft them in a normal crafting table, and then after 10 seconds they just explode. That's all there is to it, and it will probably kill you. In fact, it will kill you. If you exit the inventory, it will blow up and kill you. And all in all, it's just kind of a nasty thing. So can we scan this? We can. Cool. How about this? Awesome. And anything else? Nope. Okay. So, you definitely don't want to... You don't want to just craft them willy-nilly. You have to be prepared. However, there is another version, which if we have... Okay, we have plenty of diamonds. We need 2 ingots. So there's 2 types of these ingots, and how you get them is by dividing by diamonds. We're going to take gold nuggets and divide by diamonds to get semi-stable nuggets. Now these can be crafted in any crafting table, and they will never explode, and you can use them, you should be able to, we should be able to, right? To get stable, unstable ingots. So let's see if we can scan these. We can, and how about these? Perfect. So stable, unstable ingots never explode. You can craft them in any inventory, they stack. That's another thing the normal unstable ingots don't do. They do not stack, but they're a lot cheaper. because it's just literally a piece of iron divided by diamonds. Now later, if we decide to do it, which we probably will, depending on how much we'll need these, we'll be able to make the Mobius stable unstable ingots, which are much better. The way they are made is by upgrading the Division Sigil. There's another ritual we can do in the end that would do that and make things nice. So let's go ahead and make the angel rings. I'm just going to do the invisible rings, and there we go. So now we have free permanent flight. So with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the episode off here. I don't know if there's any quests or anything that we just did. Doesn't look like it. So next time, I think the plan is going to be, we're going to either continue on with Thaumcraft, or we're going to move on to something like bees. I haven't decided yet. We'll figure something out, but we're just going to do quests and go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!